Hey everyone, welcome to our next mini mindful moment. I'm still wiggling around here with windows set up so that I can see all of you and see what I'm doing. This is our 20th mini mindful moment. The topic today is feeling stressed. Start learning instead of struggling. I'm doing good today. Last week was super hard. My father-in-law died and it just, no matter how much you prepare for someone going, it's hard. So just being able to be here with you all and share for me, this is me doing these mini mindful moments is about me sharing my hope with you for the future of what's possible and what we're creating now as stepping stones to create futures within our work environments where we can function better and feel better. So I want to say that as a part of just being honest about where I'm at. I don't feel 100% perky and happy today. I'm not my usual best self. And so I just want to say that. I want to go ahead and share the usual introductory slides that I have, and then the mindfulness will be at the end. So let's get this into a format that looks a little better. There we go. So, again, our topic for today is feeling stressed. Start learning instead of struggling. And so let's go back. I wanted to emphasize that the autumn equinox was was yesterday. And so we've transitioned from summer into fall. And so this practice is a foundational practice. I use each one of these seasonal transitions as a way to bring you back to the center of the compass, the center of you. And so this is what I think of as a foundational practice, focusing this time on the physical intelligence of your body, which is the intelligence of the West and of the compass, the season of fall. So I will say a little bit more about that later. I am Karen. I'm an executive coach and business consultant, and I focus on guiding leaders to create leadership within their organization, culture, and strategy. And I do this with my IMX approach. And we work with leaders at all levels of the organization. And I consider everyone a leader. At a minimum, you're a leader of your own life. And so we're working with people to discover their inner personal power and to be able to share that and shared in a way, be powerful in a way where power is shared. As a result of this, clients gain confidence in their value that they're creating, both as an organization to your customers and individuals within the organization. You end up earning more, and you also end up having the capacity to navigate complex and demanding situations while also being aware of and creating healthy and agile, flexible work environments where everyone can win. So one of the ways that I do this, so I do mindfulness practices with clients. And so I'm sharing that here. I use mindfulness to help people develop leadership and also operational skills. And in the West is very operational. And this is the tangible ability to get things done with a whole lot more ease. So instead of stress and struggle being so hard, we ease into this ability to be able to learn from what's going on more and more. So feeling stressed has become way too normal for too many people, in my opinion. For some, busy is a badge of honor. Some people think of being stressed as inevitable. I've talked with people, so many people in organizations where it's just like, this is just how it is. No, it doesn't have to be that way, and it shouldn't be that way because it's not healthy for people. And all of this is true that it stress is inevitable. When we look at the relentless demands of our society and work environments that expect more and more and more productivity, and define success by how hard we work and how many material things we have, or whatever it is that is superficial and not deeper, not something that um feels healthy and good deep on the inside. But these expectations that we have leave people feeling anxious and hollow and exhausted, this sort of striving and never arriving, feeling like you're never doing enough, and then putting that on each other. Like, I had to come swoop in and save the day because you weren't doing enough. This is the kind of thing that happens. And so these patterns and habits of struggle, um, that we can break through this, especially when we allow ourselves to relax and enjoy and learn and connect with each other from that kind of experience, the way of showing up, I think of it. So I want to invite you to reflect about how stress shows up in your life. So, what are your typical reactions to stress? And you can add that to the comments in the live event, or you can put those in the comment section of wherever you find this recording. You'll find that on YouTube. So I want you to share your thoughts here. And I also want to make sure you know that your comments here will be visible on the event post. Okay, so as we proceed with the introduction, I want you to feel free to add any questions about the topic that you have, and I'll address those as I can. So, stress, like this volcano, I like to use volcanoes as representative of what it means to be human. It's like we're of the earth, and the earth sometimes is very violent. So, extreme reactions can be quite normal. Stress is a natural human reaction to that happens to everyone. It's your body's response to change or challenges, and it produces physical and mental reactions, automatic reactions. And stress can be positive, right? It can keep you alert and motivated, and it becomes problematic when stressors continue without relief. And according to the Cleveland Clinic, there are three main types of stress: acute stress, which is short term and fleeting, comes and goes; acute stress, which is frequent occurrences of acute, number one, acute stress. And then chronic stress is long term stress that lasts weeks or months or more. Some people, are going on decades of stress. So, stress can manifest in physical symptoms like exhaustion or chest pain or tension in the body. It can manifest as psychological symptoms like depression or anxiety or high blood pressure. And it also can manifest as behavioral symptoms like negative changes to eating or sleeping, um, where your behavior, your patterns of behavior change. So while stress is a natural part of life, it's crucial to learn how to manage it effectively. And the key, from my perspective, is to be able to shift from this struggling with stress to states of learning. And I want to emphasize here that struggle can include, you may not think that you're struggling, but it includes things like ignoring the stress, denying it, pushing through stress. These are ways that we struggle with change and challenge that doesn't acknowledge the fact that what you're experiencing and dealing with is stressful. So when we are stressed, our body is like this picture of the animals here. Our body is in a fight flight reaction. It's like, I'm going to survive here, which it actually really can be helpful when it's in short bursts, but not prolonged. When it's prolonged, it's harmful. And unfortunately, we live in a first world country where too many people are in this kind of hyper alert state most of the time and don't even realize it. They just think it's normal. So imagine being in the kind of tension we see with this image on an ongoing basis. What is that doing to your body, your mind, your soul? It's not healthy. So the shift we want to make here is when we know that it's safe, and it has to be safe for this to work, to shift from a threat response reaction in your body to a parasympathetic nervous system response through mindfulness. And this brings us into connection with ourselves and others. And it takes practice to be able to do this. You can't take a pill for it and have the same kind of capacity to be present and learn. Medication absolutely can help us get to this point. I'm not anti-medication, but I just want people to know the limits of that. If we want to get to the kind of capacity that we're talking about, it takes working with yourself and your body and your mind and the connection between the two. Relaxation can help when we bring awareness to our physical body, to our psychology, our mental state, and our behavioral patterns. So when we are open, aware, engaged, like from ourselves, not having it depend on the other person, but from ourselves, we come from that state within us when we know it's safe. We can become curious and open to learning from this the stress, right? And the challenges that come with stress. And this is where growth happens. And we'll especially need to be curious with ourselves. This always starts with us first about what's frustrating about this stressful situation. Like, what do we wish was different so that we can function better and feel better? Like, what is it? So this whole thing about going, it is what it is. It doesn't matter as a victim of the situation. That's what we're stepping out of to say, what is it that I really want? It does matter. And what is it that I want? And how do I want to cultivate for me and for people around me something where we all can function better and feel better, not just a few of us. And even when it's not for everyone ends up suffering somehow. So what's good for you? I like to think of this as what's good for me is good for you and vice versa. And my healing is your healing. Your healing is my healing. It's that kind of understanding. So by learning to shift from struggling with stress to approaching it as a learning opportunity, we can transform our experience. And this doesn't mean that we're ignoring or suppressing stress, but we're changing our relationship with stress, not to stress, but with it as we're relating to it and connecting to it. So let's consider a work project, say that has a tight deadline. And it's natural and inevitable that you're going to feel overwhelmed and maybe anxious at first. This is normal. It feels really big. We haven't tackled it and deconstructed it into doable steps. So this is a normal stress response that we need to pay attention to and not suppress. So the key is to learn to notice when stress sensations arise, in particular in the body, because that's the first place that stress shows up is in the body. So instead of pushing through or trying to manage your way out of it, take a moment to pause and acknowledge the physical sensations, emotions, the frustration, the anger, the hurt, the whatever it is, and your behavior patterns. And you're going to want to and I'll walk you through this process with the mindfulness, but I want to describe this as an example. Take a few breaths that will help you shift into a more relaxed state. It's more open, aware, and engaged. And as you become present with what's happening, not like trying to avoid it, but present with it, you might notice tension in your body, racing thoughts. And from this more aware state, from this awareness and presence and relating to what's going on, you can shift your approach. So instead of isolating yourself so that you're powering through, you might reach out to colleagues for support, or you could have an open conversation about the challenges and collaborate on solutions. It's not where you come with the solution or you come with this, let's fix this, but you come with curiosity. And this not only helps manage the workload, it also strengthens the relationships and creates a more supportive work environment by approaching stress in this way. So, by doing this, you're not just completing a project, check, 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 let's get this done. You're learning from your stress responses, you're practicing awareness, and developing more connected and relational ways of working under pressure that are more effective, easier to get things done, more compassionate with what everybody is dealing with, where there's less making people right or wrong. It's just this curiosity and an unfolding and an emerging of what's happening in a way where learning is optimized. So much better than the stressful grind. So remember that the goal isn't to eliminate stress entirely. That's unrealistic. Life is stressful. Being human is stressful. Instead, we're aiming to pause and shift our response from a reaction to stress to a response to stress, viewing it as a catalyst for growth rather than an obstacle or a problem to overcome. And by acknowledging our stress reactions and consciously shifting to more relaxed and a more relaxed and aware state, we open ourselves to learning and collaboration and supportive ways of handling challenges. And I want to acknowledge here that this is a bottom line thing, that if you have been in chronic stress for a while, it's going to take some time and persistence to unwind, excuse me, to unwind the layers of stress that have built up in your body. Literally, there's hormones and chemicals in your body from stress that build up. And so there's an unwinding of this that needs to happen. So please be patient with yourself as you're doing this, and you can gradually build your capacity for learning and connection. So, as always, all of our mini mindful moments are guided by this compass that I'm referring to in terms of the seasons. It's based on the rhythms of the seasons and also the days, which we can all relate to. It's why I like using the compasses. It's something that it lives in all of us. I provided an experience of the compass as a whole in our very, very first mini mindful moment. So if you missed that one, please make sure that you go back and check that one out. The link is in the description of every mini mindful moment. So now that we are in fall in the northern hemisphere, we're in the west, as I mentioned earlier, of the IMX compass. And this is the physical intelligence parts of us. So the west of the compass is all about tangible physical things like our bodies. And it also includes the systems that we create and use, the buildings and homes that we work and live in. The West is also the territory of our to-do lists, which tend to be massive and overwhelming and stressful, and they don't have to be. So keep that in mind. We can get more strategic by doing mindfulness in this way and see the path more clearly about what really is important, where not everything is urgent. And our ability to tame our to-do list and do this depends on the quality of how we show up and the quality of the physical things that we use and interact with, including our bodies. So we can work in lighter ways. And this starts with relaxing and opening and being aware. So, as we move into today's practice, I invite you to approach your stress with curiosity. We're going to be exploring it in the mindfulness practice today. So, come into the practice as you can with the question, what might the stress you're experiencing be trying to teach you? How might you use the stressful experience to grow and learn and connect more deeply with yourself, what really matters to you and to others? So let's go ahead and move into the practice now. Just letting that information that I just shared with you be useful information that you can think about and reflect on as that serves you. And go ahead and close your eyes if you haven't already, and let yourself get comfortable in your chair, lying on the ground if you want to do that. Probably not a good idea to be walking with your eyes closed. So gather all of yourself here for this time with yourself and let yourself settle in as if you're like in a cozy den of some sort. If you're not comfortable, pause this and get yourself comfortable. And go ahead and notice your breath. And let your breath, as you breathe in, take you to your center, whatever the core of your aliveness feels like in you. Some people experience this as a ball of light in their belly. Some people experience it as a light along their spine or midline. Whatever it is for you, let your breath take you to your sense of center. And go ahead and notice your body as a whole and the aliveness that's here in your body. Your life force energy that's always here, often without you noticing. Notice your energy now, the aliveness in you. Let it just gradually and gently start dropping down through your body and through the bottom of your feet. There's always more energy here. We're not going to lose anything here. Let your energy drop through the bottom of your feet and into the ground, dropping into the earth, deep into the earth, we're not just touching the surface lightly. We're letting our energy burrow like roots into the ground. Maybe one tap root, maybe many little roots, whatever it feels like for you. And know that your energy can ground naturally without your effort. You can allow it to happen. Your awareness in this process, though, matters. Like, let yourself feel connected with the earth. And as you connect deeply with the earth, you might feel how you naturally belong here as a part of life on this planet. You belong. You can't not belong because you exist. You're here. You belong. So, as you have this sense of belonging and safety that comes from grounding, you are safe and your energy is dropping down into the ground, moving. Your energy is actually, it is dropping out of your head. And the thoughts that you have can slide into the earth with this grounding. Energy moving down, new energy coming in that's fresh and clear and clean, doesn't carry all those thoughts. And allow yourself to feel busyness slipping away. In this moment, you do not need to feel busy or be busy. You may still feel it. In this moment, there's nothing to worry about, so you can relax. Notice your brain relaxing. Like, imagine or kind of feel your brain as you ground your energy. Let your brain relax and notice any sensations that might come along with that. Any movement that might want to happen. I feel like my jaw wants to kind of be looser. And notice your skull around your brain relaxing too. Your skull, your scalp relaxing as you ground your energy. Mhm. Notice your neck and shoulders and let them fall away from your head so that there's some space here between your shoulders and your head. Relaxing into not having to work so hard. And notice your torso now held erect by the core of your aliveness. Like you this erectness that you have in your torso just happens. So you can relax your spine and relax your lungs. Relax your digestive system. Relax your torso as a whole. And again, notice the sensations that are happening in your body. And now relax your arms. Relax the fingers on both of your hands. Relax each precious finger. They do so much every day. Your hands and fingers being at ease. Relax your hips and thank them for supporting you like the base of a mountain in everything you do. Relax your hips and let them be held by the grounding of your energy that's still happening. Relax your legs. First one, I went left first, and then the other. Let your legs feel relaxed, maybe like wet noodles, flowing with this energy that's in you, that's still grounding, dropping into the ground. And now relax your ankles and feet. First one, ankle foot, and then the other. You might wiggle them and let them know that you're grateful for their support. Noticing the sensations in your legs and feet. Now go ahead and notice the whole of your body and the aliveness that you can feel from relaxing. You can let yourself receive energy into your body as you relax and ground. Becoming aware that there is always more energy you can receive. Again, there is always more life and aliveness. Let yourself feel the abundance that's here from this way of being with yourself. And this life and aliveness that you are experiencing is always naturally connected with others, with the planet, with life on this planet and the cosmos. Just let yourself feel as much connectedness as you can. We are in this interdependent web of life that exists together as a living system. So notice your breath now. Just how does your breathing feel? It might feel a little easier to breathe. It's easier to handle stress when you remember and can feel that you're connected with life and never alone. Relax the whole of your body as you can now and feeling that abundance of energy and ideas, creativity and possibility that is here now. And notice where you might still feel some tension in your body. It might be stress or pain. It could be worry or anxiety that's still here. Maybe as you feel some of the tension or stress, you might have an urge to eat. Maybe eat something sweet because you're missing that sweetness of life. Or maybe you want to numb the pain. Just be with whatever might be here within the stress and tension. Notice where you're still not feeling relaxed and welcome whatever is here to inform you. What wisdom is there here in the holding on to that might not be ready to let go? Fall is the season of letting go. And in the beginning of the season, not everything is ready to let go. So notice this tension and the whatever letting go is happening, and know that it will happen over time, more and more. There's no need to rush. There's no need to understand. Simply let loving and compassionate awareness of what's here do its thing. And as you gradually relax and let go, as you can, new energy and information is becoming available to you. And this is fodder for learning and transformation. To notice your breath again, and again, how it can bring you to the center of your wholeness. Or maybe you're feeling just a general sense of aliveness. This is your presence, your awareness, a part of life connected with life, always there for you, especially in challenging situations, so that you can more and more allow yourself to relax and be with what's happening. Now, I want you to do a little experiment as we are wrapping up here, and focus on one thing that you can look forward to doing today while staying aware and curious, open to learning. And as you think about that one thing that you can do and stay open and curious and aware, open to learning, notice how that feels. And come back now out of the mindfulness practice by wiggling your toes and fingers, your body. Open your eyes. And as you go through your day, my invitation to you is to bring as much of a sense of this whole body relaxation to what you're doing as you can. And notice how that feels. And remember that you can always ask for help, come back to a practice like this to help you get centered and be with stressful change and challenges in ways that allow learning to happen. Okay, so I'm looking at the people who are on the live event here. Now is the time for any final questions to go into the chat, into the comments. If you're listening to the recording, please put your questions or comments in the comment section. Um, and I did want to let you know that we have a tool to share with you if you want it. I do want to see who might be interested. It's a tool that can help you stay calm under pressure and actually complete the stress cycle so that you can come back into a state of curiosity and learning. It's some instructions of how to do that, which can be helpful in addition to the mindfulness. So go ahead and add a comment to the chat if you would be interested in that tool. And of course, if you liked this practice, the mindfulness practice, please like the YouTube video of it. We always appreciate likes and comments. And thank you so much for being here. I appreciate those of you who are engaging in what it is that I'm offering here. Have a good day. Bye bye.